Look at the picture.
This is Brendan West.
She'll get better when she's about 18.
That's what we're hoping.
That's the way Brandy's girls were.
I mean, I have watched that baby since she was 3 months old. I've been with her every day.
Elena was a shit too. But in the past years, she's sweet as she can be.
Yeah.
You know,
It just kind of makes me sad.
they have to work
because-
through it, I guess.
Yeah. If she's and I wasn't the first one to see this. She was disrespectful to another instructor, who's a good friend of mine, that I brought here for coaching.
Yeah.
And yeah, she would gone. Her eyes, and this was a couple of years ago, so this isn't like new behavior or teenage angst.
That's, if moms are out, she should know better.
Yes.
She's saying something.
Yes, she does.
I mean, there's no consequences in her actions.
So struggle position. Yeah, and of course, I think it probably bothered me more than it bothered her. So, yeah, I can see that.
Well, it's just.
Because I don't like,
You don't want complications from begging for my kids.
right. Just
What? That's not even a little kid.
right. Well, I didn't allow my children or my grandchildren, so definitely not gonna take it from anybody else. I just told her she was not worth my time. And the other side.
You just need to see what her attitude is next time she comes in. Is that once a week or how often is she good?
Usually they're here Wednesday, Sunday. I'm gonna alternate this side now. But yeah, it's frustrating because it's like, you're so talented. And then they get a call at the big head syndrome. And then you can say anything. One more slide, please. Reach. Oh, ah. In fact, I have 2 pillows that I sleep with, and both of them were pillowcase less this morning. I was like, man, I must have like,
You had 5 when I did.
I did. I was like, oh my. And 3. And 2, 1. We're gonna stand up and let our hips go, okay? You should already feel a little bit looser. Again, same straddle position. So we were going out to the corners and we were going to the front. One, find the rotation, slide, and come back to neutral. Make sure the hip stays in the chair. Slide, up, slide. Where your abs up and I have glasses on, please, everything. Release, we're gonna switch sides. You feel like you got stuck. So think about your right hand going more than your left hand. Anchor yourself with your feet and your glutes. Oh, no way. My right hand won't go. That's my point, because you can feel that go, ooh,
Yeah.
go on. Here we go, both arms going forward. More your abs. Two. And stand up. I know.
Yeah.
You You should be filming.
Yes.
Things get moved.
It's really.
Say, listen. Find the rotation, I'm looking to go towards my right knee. Pledge your hips. So we're gonna hold this one. So I'm using my right hand to rotate to the right, drop the left hip. Now pitch your body forward and find that stretch. Do your abs in, protect your back. Yeah, I don't mind having a conversation, I don't like it, no one should like it. But it does, it takes energy out of me. Because then I think about it going, could I resolve that in a different way? Excellent, hard. So again, I'm pushing out and I'm using my hand to rotate. Feel that? Anchor your right hip. And come up. You might need another chair just because your knees won't do that much. I'm gonna put my foot in the chair. So if you can do it, great. If not, you'll need a second chair. Yeah. You can, you know. I just know I can move a little easier.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right now.
Everything's popping this morning. That's because that alligator won last night. That's why. So the knees are out. I'm gonna rotate in the hip joint. Move back. Allow the leg to feel free. You have a quad stretch? Yes, and
I can mostly go like, yeah.
yeah. And go ahead and switch.
Several people with all the time at home, which I know is not good, probably, but I'm used to sitting like this.
That one's not bad, is it?
It isn't easier.
Now, if you alternate your sides or sit with the other leg up more, you get a little more balance, probably.
Sometimes I tend to favor this side when I do that. And I'm going, you're probably gonna look like this one of these days.
Actually, that's truer said.
I
I didn't realize, because all those muscles are loosening up on one side and the other side's getting tight, so there's a constant pull on one side.
Yeah,
I know,
that's what you do when you're short and your feet don't touch the floor.
right? And going forward, push your knees out with your elbows, nice flat back. Can you feel into your low back and forward there?
Yes.
Left hand goes on your knee, keep pushing out, look up over your shoulder at your knee. Pull your ankle. Slide it back down, keep pushing the knees out the whole time. And rotate the other way. Because of our age, I want you to just roll up and take it, turn it. That so it's not blood pressure thing. Right, but things get, no, we're gonna take that right foot, put it back in the chair. You feel like it's more big, can you feel it stretch more?
It's, the stretches are as bad as really is.
Take your chest, lift it up.
Where it would more.
Think about your left hip pushing into the chair. And we're gonna switch. We'll push down. And then into it. You can feel the stretch now. Nothing. It's just so stretchy on the side.
This is my favorite things. It does a lot of things, this one doesn't. Mechanical parts.
Right. And now we're gonna spend that. And kind of reset the outer thighs.
Yes. I went like that, dude.
Things are loosening up, eh? I don't mind when I hear cracker popping.
Every once in a while, maybe you will, but.
Well, just a second ago, I went like that, and my neck went. And it's not that I'm trying to like crack it or anything, I'm just stretching and things loosen up and I go, oh, there it is. And then you're thinking of your spine kind of wiggling and going.
Almost a step, I don't know, and then,
Crack. Well, you step because things are tight still. All right, right in the chair, have a seat. All right, so I want to slide my foot out and have my toe. So your arch should be tight, but the top of your foot should stretch. Can you feel that? And do the other side. Find it. And switch. I don't do these for long because you get a cramp in your foot and switch. Now we're going to alternate. Ready? Switch, switch. You really have to think, point your toes down. Toes, 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 toes. 3, 2, rest. Roll your ankles. Another way. It should feel a little better. They're not going. We're going to try to make him pop today.
I get very little.
We have our crispy pop. Not pop rocks. Feel out, knees bend. Nice and tall through the chest. Go forward and come back. Make sure your knees bent. Don't have it straight. Keep this the toe in. Ooh. Then you can feel it up here. 2 more here. Turn your foot out. One more. We're going to switch toe to 12 o'clock. Keep your knee way bent. Toe in. You got your chest going forward and not down. And toe out. 2 more. Last one. Would you say like the backside is pretty stretched, like we've done a lot, right? Because that's what we've been working on the last 15 minutes. Just gonna let the foot and leg hang. So I don't know if you can see in the mirror. So right now it's I'm actually stretching this way and then just rocking my hip. And you can feel on the left hand area, it's not in the spot. Now I'm gonna go ahead and sweep my arm around to the back of the chair and keep my hip dropping off the chair for a minute. So really elongating that side. Now that same hip is hanging off the chair, you're gonna pick it up and lower it. Pick it up and lower it. Pick it up and lower it. So make it work and release. Up and down. Up and down. Nice. Up and down. Keep your belly tight and check everything. Go one more. Let it hang off the chair, come back, your torso back to neutral. So I'm holding on to the chair, and I'm still having my lean going on. Take a breath. As you exhale, push back. Bring your body back. Open up the front of the leg. Bring your leg forward, pull the toes under, and right. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The yoga's like,
My big toe feels like a board. It's really stiff.
well, it was more the arch of my foot said, oh.
It's not my arch, it's my toe.
Yeah, it's my toes.
So release the hip, release it, release it, release it, and up. Move your toes, roll your ankle, and then we'll switch sides. Because it gets stiff holding it.
I had brain surgery on that one time, so it's like, we pull the scar tissue, plus it's going back that way again.
Yeah.
Exact reason why you should be doing this.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I have one. Shoot.
I would like to, so toes are pointed back. Hips relaxed, leg over, back of the chair, all this stuff, right? And we're still facing forward. Just let the things stretch first. Now, roll towards the back of the chair. And then roll back in. Let the hip just hang off for you. Let things lengthen out. And here we go. Lift the hip, drop the hip. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Now, every time you drop, think about, can I stretch a little more? Stretch, crunch, stretch, crunch. 2 more. Last crunch. And bring it to the front. Hold. And again, let the hip drop off. Again, I'm still leaning towards the back of the chair. And then lay forward, curl the toes under, and then push back again. Release the hip now. Okay, this is gonna sound very weird. I don't know when our toes start getting stiff. Because I can only think about 3 people that can do their toes like this after the age of about 60. That I know. Yeah. We can relax without lots of pain. And of course, you know, our big toes are a big balance point. You know, we can't move them if they're not mobile enough, then we start losing balance. So it makes me wonder if that's not an issue with a lot of older folks falling. And like I said, I don't know when that happens. Because you know, when you watch little babies, what do? They wiggle their toes all the time. And I think we get so stuck in a shoe and we don't move our toes.
Right.
I mean, it'd be like wearing a brace all the time and your joint gets stiff.
Mine are my figure. Had several surgeries on both,
Right.
but they do move better now. Yeah, because I do move them, and I'll,
Right,
you know, make
right.
a point to roll and do stuff with them.
I don't like shoes.
I don't
So
wear
I
shoes.
wear a lot.
Yeah, I never wear shoes on.
Me neither.
But people that walk flat-footed all the time,
Mhm.
who don't articulate their foot at all.
Oh, yeah, I do have one flat.
Right,
One's fine.
so it is, basically, it's weak, right, because you don't use it, so. Getting where you can think, feel all the way through, hard, pushing forward, and being able to even articulate that much. Because when I ask people to do heel raises, that's what I get in the end. Yeah, because they don't have that articulation in their foot. So
I can move mine, but it hurts my listening, so. Doesn't hurt this.
is it a stretch hurt thing,
It's not a stretch feeling.
or does it feel like your bone's just bigger than that?
Yeah, it's like a jam within the dream. That it's the bun, I'm sure it's a bun.
Right.
Although I never had surgery on it, but it started to turn me, not as bad as this one. Okay.
The block,
Not the block.
the box.
So go ahead and stand up. Please. I guess I should already. I was gonna do it without there, we're going to do it with. So you could walk on the floor. Good. So my toes are hanging off, and the side of my foot's hanging off. Right? So don't let the block move, basically, yet. So when I think toes over the edge, pick them up, right? Let's just get the toes moving, right? And you can do a towel pull with this, but I feel like this is a little more range of motion than having it flat and pulling your toes. Because I feel like that, if you have a hammer toe, that might increase it with a towel pull. Does that make sense? So if I can get my foot over the top of it and think, push down, so I'm not like trying to squeeze in, right? And then the other one is to the side, so move the block, finding the outside edge of your heel or your ankle. One more. We're gonna switch the block out a little bit. My big toe's hanging off, and I'm going to block my four toes, push your big toe down, push, so let your big toe hang off, this inside edge, not the front. There you go. So you're blocking your four toes, now push your big toe down.
Okay.
Can you feel that inside arch? Yeah.
A little, yeah.
It's like we're better than a soccer.
Well, actually, it's hard to do. It's hard to push your big toe down without your other toes going with it.
Well, true, it's like they're connected.
Yeah. Now, roll the block. Roll the block. Roll the block. So try not to take your knees so much. Make your ankle do the work.
Okay.
I know now it's like, hold on, let me think about this. Do a couple more. Yeah. And when you come off the block, you can feel like you've been working. Yeah. It's like a cold one. The foot toes off the end first. Hands like, you wanted my shoes off, didn't you? It's easier.
Yeah.
So you have a yoga block at home, or even a book,
Yeah, right.
right? Because it's not like a weight bearing or anything.
Right.
So toes hang off the edge, front edge, and just push down, open, Flex and point, basically, flex and extend.
I feel that across the tops of my toes.
Yes.
Where they connect to my foot.
Yep,
It's like it's sore.
because we just don't use them.
This foot more than that.
And it kind of makes me want to try this before I do class at 9:30, but I don't want to put shoes off. You know what I mean? Go over. So I scoot the block out, so I can put basically my 4 toes on the block. And my big toe gets to hang on. Now, push your big toe down and lift it up. Down, and I feel right here in this muscle.
I really have control over that too. It takes a lot of concentration.
It does take concentration. But I have to tell you, it's amazing how much balance you'll have. You can feel how much you're trying to work, how weak that area is in your feet.
Yeah, I feel that all the way back to my heel, actually.
All right, we're gonna dip it in and release. Try not to move the knee too much. In, make your ankle work. And if you're having trouble, lots of trouble with this is something you probably need to do daily.
With that.
Let's do one more. And you could walk a little more midline, put your foot on it, and then do the outside reading. Because we're always doing like calf raise type activity, but we never get the other edges as much. I mean, I could probably do some of this on Wednesday class, but not barefooted. There's too many of them. One more. Right? And just walk. Can you feel your feet now?
Yes, I do.
I noticed that when I hold on, it feels different. Holding on to the chair. Nice and tall. Pick up your forefeet. Right? I'm not going all the way to the floor. I'm getting this looking down to it, not balance. So we're just kind of waving our feet here, but we don't allow the feet to touch the floor. 3, 2, rest. But you can feel your interior tibia. That's kind of what we were working yesterday. We did that.
I don't remember.
I just remember one day, it was like, oh, there it is. But that's how much we need to work our feet, lower legs. We always talk about how much we use our glutes and quads. We don't talk about the lower aspect of your leg, how much it actually helps our balance. And just because we're standing up and barefooted, on your left foot, soften your knee, lift yourself up, and you find your balance. And sometimes it's harder, you know, shoe on, because you're on a platform tight and fluid. Switch. Again, find your balance if you need it, and then let go, lift. Oh, there we go. And relax.
I can't do this.
Go ahead, try it again. Squeeze your tush, lift yourself up. Right? Try your other leg.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
It is. Yeah.
So lift up. That's not bad. honestly, a lot of times what I see, I don't know if people understand what I'm doing. Like, if I relax, I'm like setting my hips, like everything's compressed. I lengthen out my spine first, and when I go to that foot, I think, open up the hip. I'm not moving my pelvis, but I'm just pushing out of the floor. I
It
feel all
does
this,
help. It helps balance yourself too.
right. But what happens is people sink into their hips, which throws things, like, I feels like my left side of my pelvis is low. But when I lift up and tap a little bit, it's like everything's in neutral.
Mhm.
And trying to explain that to people that don't understand their body well is difficult. Because I can go, stretch out. I can show you, but if you don't have that concept of what it feels like, it's difficult. So it looks like y'all like have homework to do.
Fees, little fees.
I've been working on my feet a little bit because they were really, I think, I don't know what's going on. I guess next time I need to go back to the doctor more than calluses off, but
Yeah,
say,
so if you have the clock in front of you, say you're watching TV. Do you like that? Say you're watching
See
TV.
what you do.
I don't know. But I said,
Right.
maybe,
Can you see how it manipulates my ankles? And it's a coordination thing, right? There's all kinds of stuff happening. So take your feet wider. So it's like your big toes are hanging onto the block.
Like that?
Yeah.
Happen.
When I push it over, I think about the outside the edge of my foot pushing towards the floor.
Okay.
So I get this big stretch on the outside of my ankles.
it's like trying to balance. I mean,
Yeah,
Block.
so I'm picking one side up and I'm pushing the other side down.
Mhm.
Pick it up, push down. I know. Point your toes and settle down. Point your toes and settle down. Point your toes and settle down. And it doesn't seem like you're doing much of anything, but you should be able to feel your ankles.
Yes, definitely.
You don't need a device that costs hundreds of dollars to do this, right? Pick your toes up. So try to move the block. Move the block. I know it's like, let me get set. And relax.
Works your.
Anterior tibialis, your walking muscles. But that's what pulls your foot up. And when people have foot drop, it's usually because this muscle falls asleep or it's not connected or 1,000 reasons. But right now, how's your ankles feel?
okay.
So,
Still no pop.
huh?
Still no pop, but
I got little one right then.
Actually, my ankles usually like and they feel like I have a better range of motion right now.
yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel better.
And I'm gonna say we played with the blocks for probably 7 minutes. And it wasn't like you're sweating or anything crazy, it's just, you have to think about it. But yeah, and when you get really good, you can go to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back, without changing your foot position. And start playing with the different directions, because that actually helps your brain on top of that. So there you go.
That needs to know.
All of our brains need some help.
Some days I don't think I have one.
All right, that's all I got today. That's all my brain can handle today.
Yay.
I actually had kind of a light day, so I have a heavy morning, but a light day.
It's
And I go and park it.
Well, tell me where you end up.
Go check out the bookstop.
That's where we're going.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've not been there yet.
Well, my friend
Good morning, Nicole.
was reading about it the other day. She said, I want to go up there. I want to go with me. I said, sure. Gotta find buying things. I'll go look. I'm making one now out of scraps. I don't even know what it's gonna look like.
Oh, yeah.
I started putting it together. I just too bad into it. It's gonna be the ugliest thing.
I bet it won't be.
I'm not very creative when it comes to that, without a pattern.